Welcome everybody to our live stream here on lichess and Twitch. Schieberspieler and Astrobate VIP. VIP. We've got a challenge from Sumaher. So it's Weird Wednesday, Unusual Openings Day. Congratulations to Schieberspieler for winning last night's Winnower Thematic Ponda Rapid Swiss. That's enough words to name a tournament, I think. The 5-name tournament. Winnower Thematic Ponda Rapid Swiss. Yes, the champion. Congratulations. Alright, so I've got Weird Wednesday. We're playing Blitz. I'm going to be streaming for about 2 hours and 10 minutes. It sounds like a flight or something. Our flight plan is for about 2 hours and 10 minutes. You're going to share a video about the prep you made before the tourney? Cool. I saw some clips. Alright, we're going to take the first challenge here on Weird Wednesday. Sumaher. Sumaher, who's been pretty tough of late. He made a real run. Well, it was last week already. That was the fastest week ever. It just seems like last Tuesday was just here. So, Weird Wednesday. Casual chess. The clock should really start on move 1. It's so weird that I can just sit here indefinitely after he's made his first move and not use time. It's just like an exploit. That is not the way it should be. I'm afraid to play the Dutch against him. That didn't go well. One time I played the Dutch. So, let's play c5. I think I played this once before. Okay, we're going with check Benoni here. I don't... See, the thing is, it doesn't have to be a check Benoni, actually. He doesn't have to play c4. Snuggles the Snail, good to see you. Long time no Snuggles. I missed Monday's stream. You're usually here for the morning streams. This was a Blitz game I had with the legendary chess coach Mark Dvoretsky. I was white. I think it was a draw. I think we played 2 games. I lost one and drew the other. Blitz years ago. Bishop g4. Anyways, I never played this, but we're trying to play weird stuff. Actually, I'm thinking like this is not the right position. Weird. Maybe this is the right position. I'm just trying to think, would I have played this with white? Would I have played this move order with white? It doesn't seem right. I don't think I would have played that move order. After d4, d5, e5, c4. I wouldn't play c4 there. Alright. You can always play bishop c8, I guess. That seems kind of not really the best. Kind of not really the best. Very incisive commentary. I know. This queen is misplaced. Whatever. I argue that white's queen is misplaced in this position. Doctor. The doctor is in the house. That queen is going to have to move again. Exactly. Queen d1, bishop g4. Queen b3, bishop c8. Draw. The likely result, a draw, of course. You remember a game with g6, bishop g4, and that's kind of a random comment. But what game? In what context, Dr. Chipchance? That's like when you go to a chess tournament and some amateur player comes up to you and is like, hey, I want to tell you about this game I had. My bishop was on g4 and he had a rook on a3. And then there was a bishop on e2. So when I played this, and people just start like, okay, I have no idea what you're talking about. I have literally no clue what the position is. Alright, what are we going to do? Bishop d2. Like, strong players don't do that because they know how frustrating it is when random people start just trying to tell you positions. But you do get the odd amateur doing that. It's kind of funny. He had a bishop on g4, and then they're so excited about their game, but they don't stop to think that no one can understand possibly what they're talking about. We do need to develop eventually. Yeah, Sumaher is... I don't know how to describe his game. He's quintessentially, like, practical, fast. Honestly, I've played him, like, over 50 games, but I don't really know that much, like, how to predict what he's going to do. H3 now. Like a King's Indian. Like... Oh, yeah. But you can't have everything. He thinks he can have everything. If only life were that easy. He seems much stronger than his rating, sometimes. I can't really put my finger on it. Alright. The ambulance theme. See, the problem with this situation, because I've played the d4 opening more than anything, is that you don't have a place to put your king. You know, you play a4 and g4 in the Czech Benoni. Where are you going to put your king? Looks like my move order might have been faulty. Well, I gotta go. It's a Spanish. I don't know, he's like faster than me. Invimk, welcome. Thanks for being a subscriber. Yeah, the problem with my position, I guess I should have taken time to play like rook e8 or something. I don't know how he can play with no place to put his king, though. It's basically a Spanish. He doesn't play e4, but he's playing the Spanish. It's weird. I guess he's gonna play castles. Now it's like really a Spanish. Unbelievable. I did that. I sacked a piece. I just sacked a piece. Unintentionally. Kind of a remarkable game by White, if you think about it. To wait 20 moves to castle. Oh yeah, I lost really badly last time. Been losing quite a bit lately. Is there any chance? Well, his white square bishop is bad. That was my only hope. He checked. Blundered a knight. The real problem was knight coming to e4. Still not over. I was down a piece. Horrible. Now if I can get my knight to f6, we're totally winning. Nice move. I want to get him away from the rook. If I can force a trade of queens, I should have good chances. Schieberspieler's favorite idea, trading queens. He resigned. Oh, there's a fork. I didn't even see it. Didn't even see it. So he played an awesome game and lost based on 2 blunders. Honestly. He hung a piece and then he hung the exchange at the end. But he was totally winning. This play with the king in the center, restraining me on both sides, it's pretty cool. So the problem is I can't play g6 with allowing bishop h6, rook e8, g5 when I have to play like knight h5. Then instead I lost a piece like entirely. Basically my problem is I could never equalize. Never even close. It was always plus 1.7 right from the beginning. Queen b3. It's a tough position for me to come up with a move. I don't know what you're supposed to play after queen b3. I don't know, I keep thinking that, like, I don't know. I keep thinking I made some mistake. Maybe I should take on f3. This never entered my mind. You meant something like this move order, d4, d6. You know, I never played that sort of modern Pierce with black against d4. d4, d6, c4, g6, knight f3, bishop g4. That's a very rare sort of move order, Dr. Chipchance. e4, bishop g7, knight c3, c5, d5, bishop takes c3. But the concept of giving up the bishops for the knights, you know, is commonly used in some other lines. Here's what I'm talking about. This never occurred to me because I assume he has like queen b7. But it's not clear. It's amazing that there's like no games where this has been played according to the Opening Explorer. Probably there are in fact games where this has been played. They're either too old or just too, you know, not well known to be in this lichess Opening Explorer. That's interesting though. I mean, queen b3, the point is to play bishop takes f3 and bishop g5. So after queen b3, bishop takes f3, queen f3, I play bishop g5. Yeah, but I mean, honestly, Sumahair, what's the point of moving your queen if you're going to take with the g-pawn? You know? I mean, why not just play like knight c3 or something? Bishop takes f3, g takes f. This is Rustamov versus Jinji, 2002. I don't know where that could have been from. That has to be online. An online tournament. Roman basically quit chess in like 1999 over the board. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird to take the g-pawn, but it's possible. It's funny though, like this move has never been played by one player only. Their black played knight a6. But you know, I think this does make most sense. Yeah, in this position you want to take the g-pawn. This makes more sense. Okay. Yeah, now I have a problem with my pawn here. You know, I even thought about this. Yeah, I understand. You meant like if I take on f3. Here, queen b6. But that's part of the advantage of playing queen b3, that you keep your knight protected. You know? I guess queen b6 is probably the move I would play in a tournament game. But anyway, I never played this. Just something fun. Alright, who's a subscriber? Bishridar, I don't do 3-0. I've got challenges from Tushima Dibya in relation to W. Great Lazarus, Pydro Gamer, and Druif. Is anyone a subscriber? These players should all get to play, regardless. But Bijak was a subscriber, so we got to play him first at least. So I'm trying to play unusual openings. I get d4 again. But I like to play different stuff. So let's try f5. I play things I don't really know that aren't completely unsound. I'm not here to play the England Gambit. I mean, let's play openings that are somewhat sound and fun. This is the old Benoni, right? That's a made-up name by people who made the lichess opening explorer. I don't think there is really... I don't think that... This is my personal speculation. I don't have hard evidence, but I don't think there really is an old Benoni. Like, if you find older books on the openings, like if you go to, I don't know, Walter Korn or Modern Chess Openings or something like that, I don't think anything called the old Benoni exists. Now, I could be wrong. I never saw that term used anywhere until like lichess opening explorer. I think some guy, you know, who got tasked with creating this opening explorer, who's probably not even a chess player, came up with these names in a lot of cases for arbitrary stuff. I understand why they're calling it the old Benoni. There's like the Indian defenses and the old Indian defenses. Maybe. I just never seen it in a book before. Maybe it's a Slavic, you know, reference. Maybe in Russian chess books, or I just say Russian because the vast majority of Slavic writings are in Russian. But maybe there's some reference. I've never seen it in English called Old Benoni. Maybe some classic Russian opening books or something. I don't know. There's the old Indian. I mean, that's the thing. But I've seen it a lot, you know, on these opening explorer features. I mean, honestly, a lot of openings are not, you know, there's no copyright on opening names. This is going to transpose to a kind of Nimzo Indian. We could get this position from a Nimzo rather than a Dutch. I think I even had a game a billion years ago against a very strong rival of mine. Who he was more than a rival. He was like a player who was stronger than me that I learned a lot from. I don't know what you call that. Well, yeah, I mean, Benoni is Benoni, but that's clear, and it's coming from the Hebrew. But the naming of it as old, quote unquote, old Benoni, I take issue with. I don't know if that's like a real thing. But again, you know, opening names can't be copyrighted. So a lot of openings have multiple names. Like take the Banco Gambit in the Soviet Union, it's called the Volga. Well, I guess all over Europe, it's referred to as like the Volga, and in America, it's called the Banco. Ironically, Banco was Hungarian, but because he immigrated in like '56 to the United States, we adopted his opening and called it the Benko Gambit. Playing the reverse Grand Prix. This is the Nimzo Indian defense. It's in English now. Yeah, good point. It actually morphed into an English, but I used to play the reverse Grand Prix a lot. I did a video on reverse Grand Prix. I think it might be better than playing the Grand Prix. I think it might be more justified to play it with black as a sort of defense than to play it with white. It essentially makes a better defense than an attack, would be the argument. It's a Nimzo. I mean, I say it's a G3 Nimzo. That's what we really have here. Yeah, this is not easy to decide whether to push or take. I just try to say to myself, what would Asterbate do? No, Asterbate is not the master of closed Sicilians. I'm just kidding. What would Dr. Tripchance do? His c-pawn is weak, but I don't want the position to open up for the two bishops. Here we go again. Asterbate would play like knight g4. Given this position. No. Fishing pole. It's not too late. Like, that could be the next move. The auto checkmate. Yeah. Yeah, that's an important idea. Auto checkmate sequence initiated. What is he doing? Is he overprotecting c4 so he can play like knight b3? I feel like maybe I should just play like strategically bishop a6, target the pawn. But it's so hard to take the bishop off this diagonal. How can you take your bishop off that diagonal? If knight b3 now, queen a4. Or queen h5, like which location is better? Queen certainly has a lot of mobility here, since it's not obstructed by dark square pawns. It's important to put your pawns on the right color so your queen has a lot of mobility. It's a good queen. Good queen, bad queen. Yeah, this looks sus. Very sus move by white. Why would he play that? Almost like self-trapping their own queen with that move, but doesn't matter. Almost doesn't count. Still, I mean, strategically we're just in really good shape here. Now what? Oh, man. It's hard to break through. Again, no clear breakthrough. It's a one-move threat. It's another one-move threat. Do I have pawn takes pawn? Yeah, it's just bad, though. If white plays properly here, I'm not even that much better. Queen h5 is stupid. But I don't have time to think of a good plan. That would require too much work. Yeah, I played the most superficial Should I say artificial plan? I'm not even threatening anything. Like bishop e2. Right. Knight g4. Now Astrobate is right. Still not that convincing. I have to admit, I missed that move. But this is strong now. That could lead to problems. I expected him to play h4. Now he's sealed in. But even so, it's hard to break through. Like, his bishop will guard h6. I can't play rook f6, rook h6. We'll have to find some sort of combo. Now it's too much space. No hints. He could take on f3 there. Is my queen trapped? Amazing how hard it is to actually finish white off here. I need another line for my rooks. Yeah, now there's no defense. H file. The King's Indian. Wow. Alright, that was a good game. He fell off the cliff when he allowed f3. Actually, much earlier, according to the computer. The early cliff with f4 was 1.4. Where is f3? f3 is plus 4.4. 4.4. I'm not even up any material. But I mean, seriously, why didn't he play like f3? See, this is like annoying. If I play bishop h3, I'm trading off his bad bishop for him. Here's a position where black has a huge advantage, but it's extremely hard to break through. I don't think that bishop g4 is the right move. Knight b7. Anyway, that was fun. Thanks everyone for joining. I'm just going to take these challenges here Some of you are subscribers. Actually, Flamingo is probably a subscriber. Grey Lazarus and Druvgal might be subscribers. If you are a subscriber, let me know. I'm not really sure who is currently a subscriber or not. Unless you let me know in the chat. I can see your sub badge in the chat. Otherwise, I don't have an active list of the current subscribers. F3? FTG3? I don't think that works. Alright, let's try, let's try something different. Why am I black every game? Be Afraid is not a sub, I'm a follower. You are a subscriber. Be Afraid. Be Afraid, what's your name? Are you Drew of Goal? I'm gonna play the Owen defense. Okay, that's you. We'll take your game next. Who is a subscriber can play first on Mondays and Wednesdays. It doesn't help if I don't have a stream on Mondays. But it is what it is. Where is everybody? For some reason, Wednesdays are really slow. Does anyone have any theories as to that? Why are Wednesdays always my worst stream? In terms of viewers. Is it like because of lots of stuff on Tuesdays? Thematic was fun, right? Yeah, that's a cool event, Astrobate. I like doing thematic tournament, but we do need to get more players. Maybe I should make the tournaments every Tuesday like open once a month or something to attract more players. You missed the thematic. It was French winnower, but just move 4. Just bishop b4, white to play. So the people like I didn't play e5 in any of my games. As I mentioned many times in my stream, I don't really like playing closed positions in fast blitz. It's hard to do. So I'm trying to Owen defense, an old Astrobate favorite. Swiss can't be open. Really? You have to be a member of the team or whatever. Like, you have to be a member of the lichess Swiss team to be in. That's weird. Alright. Wonder how I could expand it somehow to have more players. Right. Exactly, like the lichess Swiss group. Yeah, I'm in that. I guess they're afraid there'd be too many people, like, not showing up or something. Of course, I could do an arena. I know this seems weird to play like knight h5, but I have less space. I'm trying to trade pieces. Probably white is just better, but that's life. That's what you get when you play the Owen defense. You don't necessarily get equality. Nice positional move though. G3, no fear of the long diagonal. Astrobate, don't you miss playing the Owen defense? I want to say Owen's Corning. D6. Equality. Right, okay. What about E5? Knight E5. E5. Okay, we've never played this player. This is a new opponent. I don't know. I just assume I've played everyone before. Someone was suggesting c5. Well, I guess that move is an idea. White's playing really, really solidly. My knight has no future on h5 now. How to dismantle the white pawn, which is on e4 and d4? Well, that's the most important thing in the center, man. I mean, in the goal of the opening should be to achieve such center or destroy said center. But our opponent is like a subtle positional player. I knew that when he played g3, he or she. When they play the g3, I don't know. You know, that's not a move a beginner would play. So we have strategically aware opponent. Strategically awares this exchange of bishops. Not something I'm really down with. They're waiting for me to castle before they castle, apparently. Huh. You want me to castle? And then you'll castle? It's like a deal. Well, I mean, c5 doesn't really do it for me here. I have seen d5 in similar Roy Lopez situations. d5. Is my king safe here? Peter, now you're copying me. Copycat. It's a little bit of a different thing, isn't it? The white king on g2. It's like one of those. It's like one of those games in the magazine, like when you have two pictures, like what's different in this picture? d5. Wow. But be afraid. Let's not give like specific suggestions. All right. Let's see. d5. Pawn takes. Bishop takes. The old Magnus Carlsen queen retreat. I don't know. I just associate this because once I saw Magnus do it. It's been around long before Magnus. It's funny, he put his king there. On g2. Bishop takes e4. Bishop takes e4, knight e4, knight e4. Bishop takes e4, d5. I mean, I guess you could theoretically play just like knight f6 here. Queen f8, queen h8. In the accelerated dragon, maybe. An idea, dude. That was not my plan here. Theoretically, maybe I should play bishop takes e4 first. The situation is kind of messy. See? He's got this move. The move from hell. Whoa. Weird game, isn't it? And White has 2 minutes and 43 seconds left. Is it just me, or is this a really weird game? Put his king on g2 earlier. White is slacking? What are you talking about? He has 2 minutes and 15 seconds more than me. He's rated 2,000. What does that mean, that he's slacking? Yes, he has a weak d-pawn. Look at that, weak d-pawn. How could this guy seriously be 1800 in bullet? I guess he quit. He retired from bullet about 3 years ago because he wasn't fast enough. You're being way too judgmental. His d-pawn wasn't a weakness because it couldn't be attacked. I had no way of getting my king to the center. You can't think in terms of generalities like that. It's too general. I don't think that his d-pawn was a problem. WJLu, thank you. See, that's the thing about isolated pawns, Prem666. They're only weaknesses if they can be attacked. It's a theoretical possibility, but not a certainty. That pawn is a weakness. Now that is a different story. I mean, this pawn, a little bit more weakness. What am I doing here? I think it's just a draw. He was winning. He's winning? What? Look at the opening score. Look at the evaluation. This is a win for White? Oh no. I assumed I would have been fine. What? King d5? Wow. I didn't bother calculating this out. I thought I was just fine, but I'm too slow. Holy crap. King f4, king b6. Oh my god. That's crazy. What? King a6, king takes. And he's queening one tempo too fast. Damn. Yeah, but I mean, he's so fast. I just had no time to think. And I don't really want to take on g4. So black has to find a perfect move here. h5, just to hold a draw. I was afraid of h5, f5 check, king d6, but I don't know why. This is actually playable. There's no way I could calculate all that. I thought I was alright after knight f6 check. Actually, I thought I was better, frankly. But he can even play a4 and win. I thought my h-pawn was faster than that. Damn. King and pawn games require a lot of calculation. WJ Luke, thanks for the donation. His active king. Winning position. But what's impressive about my last opponent, despite being rated like 2,000, you know, he's twice as fast as me. Yeah, I mean, you're remarkably fast. And not making, you know, any serious mistakes. Your bullet rating is a little low, I would think. I don't know how you could play that fast and be 1800 in bullet. Because 1800 in bullet is pretty weak, honestly. Alright. Coach Ah. Yeah, we just didn't have enough time. I mean, 7 seconds to calculate a king and pawning game. It came down to one tempo that I'm losing in that line. But when I play an opponent who's like twice as fast as me, I mean, I'm assuming that they should have a decent bullet strength. I had 7 seconds, he had 2 minutes. You berserk and lose. Is this a problem? Yeah, I swore never to play bullet on lichess. I've upheld my 5 years on this site, and I've never played one bullet game. Isn't that what they do in bullet? They do berserk in the 1 minute. They berserk and have 30 seconds. They make it hyper bullet. Dude dropped a piece. I like g6 against the Scotch. But the problem is, see, Sheeber Spiller is not a true bullet player. Half a minute is not fun. Oh, you have a defense. Wow. Man. Yeah, I mean, white is probably lost, but there's no way to win a piece. Rook takes e5, bishop f4, that's the problem. I mean, there's 100 different ways I'm better, but it's not clear which one is the best. How do you decide what to play here? Pawn takes, bishop on e3? Doesn't look that clear. If I take an e5, he has bishop f4, saving his piece. Man, it's annoying. Knight d7, bishop d4. Knight h5. I thought I had knight h5, but he has g4. Pawn takes e3. You know, probably this is my best. I don't know. Forcing him to weaken his king side. It's kind of the only move. e5. Only move, saving not losing a piece. Generally, you don't want to lose a piece. Being a piece down can be bad. It's known to directly affect your health. Rook takes e5. So it's like, then you have to decide between like 6 different variations. I mean, how do you decide which line is the best for black here? That's my problem. It's just too hard to do. I don't even know where to start. I just like choosing a move at random. Queen h4, f4. I gotta be right back. How do you choose what variation to play there? Basic instinct. This has to be mate, right? If your opponent leaves the board, comes back, and then plays like a mating combination, and you're on a Zoom chat, I would be somewhat suspicious. But I can't believe he played rook e1 there. The final blunder. Coach Ah, you're up early today. You never make the morning stream. Up early or up late? Was anybody holding a board outside the window showing the engine moves? Yeah, sometimes for fun I just try to imagine how many millions of ways there are to cheat in those so-called Zoom tournaments. What's with the average Romanian Grandmasters beating MVL and Geary? What average Romanian GMs? Didn't the guy just like, didn't Geary just blunder, dude? He just blunders. Well, it's one thing to like beat somebody, but you can't help it if they just like blunder a game away. You see, the problem is, Coach Ah, that when you start having tournaments where there's actual players who are not in the exclusive club, like Lupulescu, suddenly Anish Giri like has to try to beat people. You know, it's not the exclusive top 10 club anymore where there's only like a couple of players you ever have to play, and all of them are 2,800. See, that's the problem. You have to start playing people who are lower rated than you. You have to actually start taking chances, and that's going to cause you to make blunders sometimes. Like, it's a real chess tournament, almost. Not the exclusive Magnus Carlsen private invitational every week. That's what happens in Swiss tournaments, man. Like, Super Grandmasters would lose. They would lose to 2600s every day on a regular basis. But I mean, honestly, there's like a million Lupulescus who probably, aren't much worse than players like Geary, but they're not in the exclusive club. I mean, this has been going on for 30 years. There were complaints about this in the 90s. It seems like there's these elite clubs of players, and if you're not in the elite club, then you're screwed. Bishop takes g6, of course. Wow. This is weird, man. What about king h7? Yeah, why am I not playing that in the first place? This is weird, man. It's getting weirder, too. What's with this game? Okay, no specific variations, please. Does this work? He's not big on resigning. Alright, wow. Another weird game. G6 dubious? Why? Wow, that's weird. So F3's never been played. So after 9 moves, I'm like better. I must have missed something here. Wow, takes on b2. Let's say rook b1, queen f6, and black is +6. It's all about the b2 pawn, baby. The computer is already like, it must already be seeing stuff like bishop takes a2, like winning that, but that's the best variation apparently. Giving the piece back, but being up just like crushing b2 pawn. Now, how many of you guys would have played that? I mean, I want to win a piece or something. I played the second best move. Now here I missed something better. Queen h4 check. What? Wow. It's made in 3. Yep, Astrobate. You should have seen that. Guys, I'm going to be streaming for another hour. This is getting hard to read. I took a pill last week. Getting hard to read. I agree. Let's leave the topic of personal health. Let's see. Too personal. What are we gonna do? I finally get to play white for the first game today. Isn't that crazy? I black every game. Guys, please subscribe. We have a lot of lapsed subscribers. Lapsed. If you can. If you can afford it. If you can't afford it, I understand. If you can afford it, please resubscribe. Appreciate the support. Alright, so G6. He's not letting me have an opening. It's just the guy's gonna play hyper modern against everything. Pierce. Yeah, it's hard to play a weird opening when your opponent plays stuff like this. You're basically playing hyper modern to the point where there is no such thing as a unusual setup. I can't play against something more amorphous than this for black. But it is called the modern. The modern defense. So it's just a kind of Pierce after knight f6. I mean, that's black's best move in this position, definitely. Although a lot of people will maybe not play that to try to be different. Yeah, I mean, it can't be a King's Indian if you don't play c4. That's hard to do, to have a King's Indian without c4. h5 is a strange move to play. Definitely. Definitely a strange move by black. I should have played the Schieberspieler attack with like c3. But I didn't know what I was facing here. I started with knight c3 on the first move. That kind of limits my approach. Having played knight c3 makes it hard to play c3 in the future. Who? Alright. So it's just totally okay except for h5, which is just a weird move. Pirtz, modern, Philidor like setup with this formation. Maestro Zord, thanks for raiding with party of 2. I just feel like I'm a waitress when people have like parties between like 1 and 4. Maestro Zord, party of 2. Hostess. I'm too young to remember songs by the Who. I always thought of the Who as like way before my time. Knight to c5. I'm old, but I'm not that old. But I like the Who. It's all right. You're having a martini for breakfast? Breakfast martinis. Phew, that's brutal. I hope you're going to bed soon. Knight to c5 as things get weirder. I was actually thinking of this. I don't know. I guess Great Lazarus was just trying to play weird moves, but it's not a weird move stream. It's supposed to be unusual opening stream. Like h5, it doesn't qualify as unusual opening. You're just making like a crazily random move in a normal position. You're like handicapping yourself. Yeah, I don't find those to be very filling, WJ Loof. Normally after a couple martinis with 3 olives, I would be hungry. They're not sufficiently... It's not really a tapas. Now knight h7. What do you do? What do you do? Bishop takes f7. Yeah, this definitely goes in the annals of strange play. Now you can win a pawn with bishop takes c3. I didn't even seriously consider this. But I think that white would have compensation. I have compensation if he tries to win a pawn. Not a lot of people want to give that bishop up. He also has a rook on h7. This is just a really weird game. I don't think I played well either. I'm not sure what my opponent's deal is. Bishop f4. Or e5 if you prefer. I mean, like, I would do this as black against a beginner or something, but I wouldn't play it against a title player on their stream or something. This is something you do if you're, like, trolling someone with black to handicap yourself. Now again, there's bishop takes c3. Wow. Queen b4. Yeah. What? Hmm. Yeah, I think we better take this. Black's a little too strong, honestly. Do I have something? Man, he finds every move. He gave me like insane time mods. I just feel like this game was Black was like trolling me in the opening. Toying with me. On purpose with h5. Black has compensation. I missed g4. I could have won a piece. I don't know if I saw it, but I have no time. No, I had 1 minute and 24 seconds to Black's 4 seconds here. Are you serious? I was never losing, I was close. Wow. Really weird game. Alright, I've got 35 minutes left. Is anyone here a subscriber to the stream that hasn't played or wants to play? No, I mean, I think he just trolled me with the move h5. He was like, let's see if we can play like a ridiculous move and still beat this guy. There's no way that you play h5 sitting there thinking like that's a serious move. If anybody's good enough to play like that. h5 was like self-handicapping. You might as well play h5 on the first move in that position. Yeah, and giving me time odds. Like he's trolling me. He was capable of playing the entire game with 3-second increments at like a master level, almost. And he let his clock run down for no reason, just to like make it more exciting or something. Yeah, I felt like I'm getting trolled. Sharma, play your game next. I had a weird idea here. Yeah, if you guys are subscribers, let me know. That's cool. I was thinking of knight f6, e5, knight d5. It's very risky for Black, though. The engine wants to play this move. It's #1 choice for Black in this position. Stages of watching a stream. You go from being a subscriber to trolling. You haven't reached the troll status yet. Have you, Coach Ah? You guys think Coach Ah is serious, or is he a troll? Just kidding. Alright guys, I have like the least comfortable chair in the world. Bishop g7. No. No. a6. a6 doesn't make sense here. No, I never saw the movie Trolls. Sorry. Knight h6. Bishop g4. Knight c6 is the standard line. I hate this. Knight d2 though. Weird move to play unprovoked. Why would you put your knight on d2? That seems like a strange decision. The unprovoked knight on bd2. Your son learned the word noob. That is, according to my son, the lowest form of bad word insult possible. He said it's the lightest insult. Very important word. Probably the most important word in the 10-year-old vocabulary. Modern 10-year-old vocabulary. Right, he's just early, you know, he's just still early. But it will become the most important word. Alright, bishop e5. Flamingo Pop has an addiction problem. But people don't listen to me. They watch my stream, but they don't listen to me. Which seems illogical, but that's what happens. No, I had a very similar game with white once. Knight h4 can't be reached without support of the queen here. When I called him a giant noob. Yeah, that's, you gotta be careful of that. Man, white's play is not bad. The knight b2, bd2 almost seems to make some sort of sense. But I don't do family psychology, Coach Ah. You might want to try a different avenue for that. Knight g5, knight d6. Knight, what am I going to do? Wow. Knight g5. a4 instantaneously. I think we're going to have to call Mensa. Honestly. Because this guy is just too strong to not be a member of Mensa. There's something weird. a4. What? Is that to stop knight b5? I don't even understand. What is that move? What does that do? Does anybody understand that move? It seems to stop knight b5. I'm concerned about this position and my time. I don't understand. I guess I'm not even going to bother anymore. Some things are better left unsaid. And if you try and it still doesn't work, then you might as well try something else. That's my theory. Alright, next game. Pranav. Subscriber Sharma. I was supposed to be playing weird openings. Last game I got a little distracted. We've got time for a couple more. No, I mean the scary thing is that I think like a4 might not have been a bad move, and White had something there. Then he immediately like played the b4 move. But you can't play chess without thinking. I mean you can, but it's like a waste of time. That's the problem. What's the point of playing chess if you don't want to think? That's my quandary. I played a Dutch earlier today. Let's play something more traditional. I'm not a native Dutch player. What I think about Constellion, yeah, it's good. It's solid. It seems good. Astrobate, you also have a similar trouble with not thinking. What a maneuver. Bishop d7 to c6. It's unbelievable. It's an unbelievable and wild idea. What do you do? What do you do with an opponent that's willing to make moves like that? Seriously. What a crazy plan. Bishop g4, back to d7, and then to c6. Now I'm going to park my knight on f2. Now we could do a Gingy India in reverse. Bishop c6 check. I find it, I don't know. I can't bring myself to do it. The bishop's it's too important. I can't do this move. This bishop is unopposed. It's not the Gingy Indian. In the Gingy Indian or something you have a situation where you're trading bishop on g7 takes knight on c3, but white has a dark square bishop on the board in that case. Here I have an unopposed white square bishop. It's like a super piece. I think it would be foolish, and I would be foolish, to get my white square bishop up in this kind of position. You understand? That's my point. That's the difference. You understand? Super bishop. It's not an average fianchetto bishop. I'm not going to give it up just to double this guy's pawns on c6. That's not enough. I need more. So what's white's plan? We have another opponent who's like playing at bulletchess.org or something. It's a contagion. Does that seem like a strange place to do a take back? It's not even a blunder or anything. It's just a move. We'll just do random takebacks. No. See, that's the problem. Why are you moving so fast? You can't have a 4-minute to 2-minute time advantage, pressure me on the clock, and then ask for a take back. Yeah, you can just play as fast as you can and then ask for takebacks. I hate to say it, but for those Kasparov fans hoping for a late cape, yeah, comeback. Well, he's trying for a comeback in the business world. He's jonesing because he's irrelevant. Yeah, I don't know. I'm neutral toward Kasparov, but it's kind of pathetic that he's trying to start some new website or something, honestly. Yeah, it's too late, man. Of course. It's those dollar signs. I just detest when people try to focus only on money. Like most things in our world, it's all about trying to make money ahead of everything else. That's why I like to play on lichess, a not-for-profit chess site. But it's almost like Kasparov's like, oh, I'm so sorry that I wasn't around to be a live streamer or something. Yeah, what happened to, his big high moral ground and why isn't he like protesting against Vladimir Putin or something? What happened to that? He's got the occasional by the way, how much does Garry Kasparov get paid for his contributions to like editorials for major newspapers? Does he do that? Does he do that out of the kindness of his heart, or is he getting big bucks for that? How much does he get paid to write an editorial for the New York Times or the Washington Post? Seriously. How much do you think he gets paid for one article? I wonder. Because for me, like, at the point when it becomes like you're getting paid to write editorials, there's something kind of perverse about that. The moral high ground kind of goes out the window when you're doing it for money. Like, I get you gotta live if you're like an average writer or something. But he's not, he's like a multi-millionaire many times over. Yeah, I don't know. Alright, dude. Yeah, he seems like a sellout. Garry Kasparov is like... He's like the Dr. Dre of the rap world, of the chess world. Or Ice Cube. No, he's more like... He's like Ice Cube. Sounds like a sellout. Hey, it's Miro. We've got a subscriber. A live one. Alright. I've got to take the subscribers. Part of their motivation for becoming subscribers, they can play first here on the stream. I'm going to play Miro. Thank you for being a subscriber. Well, at least Karpov, doesn't hide who he is. He's just part of the Russian Duma. He's directly supporting Vladimir Putin. But at least, he's open about it, I guess. We played the Grob. Karpov was always like favored son. Are we in deficit with subs today? Well, no, I have enough subs to the stream, but it seems like they're not necessarily the players who want to challenge me to Blitz on Mondays and Wednesdays. But I appreciate people who are at least, open. Now, Karpov is not secret about being a member of the Russian Duma or whatever. He is what he is. But I wouldn't take a dime if I was to write a political. If I was Gary Kasparov and I wrote political articles for major newspapers, I couldn't accept money for that. That seems wrong. For editorials. But anyway, he basically quit chess to get all political, and now he wants to get back into chess. Is that the point? It's all about money. Where the money is. He needs more money. Yeah, he's becoming irrelevant. But how much money do you need? Just retire and chill out. Kasparov has plenty of money. You can rest assured. Masturbate what? Bitcoin is still a thing? I should cash in what I have left. I've lost faith. G4. You guys like the Grob? Yeah, Elon Musk is disgusting. There was an article, they discovered that he's paying very little in taxes. What a surprise. But he's coming under fire from anonymous hackers and stuff. Everyone hates him for dumping on Bitcoin. Yeah, I don't know, man. He's probably the person I hate the most in the world, next to Donald Trump. I would think Elon Musk would be my number 2 most detestable person. Other than murderers and violent criminals. Donald Trump and Elon Musk. I was thinking, could you combine their names into one? Like Donald Musk or Elon Trump? That would be the most horrible person ever. What am I doing? Aspirate, you sound like the... Alright, alright, I don't know. I don't know what to do. Hey, it's Miro I thought was suspect, but now maybe not. No, dude, but I mean, the guy is just constantly saying stupid stuff and doing stupid things. Bezos is just rich, you know? But doesn't, like, constantly do these idiotic things like Elon Musk. Just to get attention, it's like... I can't believe they had him on Saturday Night Live. That's the last time... Well, I mean, I would never watch Saturday Night Live again after they hosted Elon Musk. That's just disgusting. I think they lost more fans than they gained by doing that. So this is like a really bad hyper-accelerated dragon where my g3 pawn is overextended on g5. I'm basically playing the hyper-accelerated dragon where I just like jumped my pawn up to g5. We have time for one more game, maybe two. I don't know, I hate Elon Musk. He's disgusting. It's everything that I hate wrapped up in one person. Arrogance, corruption, superiority complex. I don't understand people that follow that guy. I mean, maybe they got lucky with some investments. Dan Aykroyd, doesn't he have some kind of business now? He produces something? What is it? I can't place it now. Beer? Whiskey? Some kind of alcoholic beverage, right? He has a company that makes vodka? Is it? No. Aykroyd? He's an American comedian. This looks good. What happened? Somehow Hayes Miro lost the thread in all the confusion and all my random talk about Elon Musk. These young fangled chess players. Yeah, I have a great position now. The Grob. Grob is great. Grob is great. There we go with the Bill Cosby again. That's not PC. To reference Bill Cosby. I know. Alright. But I love the name The Grob. Belgian, right? Wait, Henry Grob? Is that right? He was Belgian? Am I making that up? Now, the two bishops is something I understand. Wait, was it you, Asterbate, who listed something about Grob? Some sort of description or quote recently? Was it you? Castle's queenside, of course. They called him Henry the Great. No. But Haysmere was hanging on. He's just out-developing me now. Wow. You better call in Schieberspieler for this ending. Bishop. Singular. I was just thinking about you. But, man, Haysmere has this ability to sort of like that's not what I expected. Damn it. His ability to sort of quick play and play really well in that quick play pace. I don't know how else to describe it exactly. Sort of a quick play defense skill he has. He's doing it again. It's a little bit like the game I had with what am I doing? See, here he goes again. No, maybe not. He had to play King D7. That was a serious blunder. If you praise the opponent enough, sooner or later they will blunder. Alright, so you could have stopped me with King D7. Is there a chance he can survive here? Material is pawn up for white, but he has two connected pass pawns on the queen side. Rook in front of a pawn. A bishop stationed as a defender. I assume I'm clearly better. So apparently he's not holding. But he was holding prior. He had reached an equal position. So this is where he essentially lost the game. Playing rook a4. Wow. So one has to play king d7. Rook g5. King e6. And he's holding. Little bit greedy. Playing for the dynamic continuation. Dracofire. Dracofire. Is Dracofire a subscriber? He's a subscriber technically. Technically. Alright, what does that mean? You're technically a subscriber. He is a subscriber. You are, you're not. There's no in between. I gotta go after this game, guys. Yeah, it's all the same. There's levels. Acerbated Mr. Coffee are level 2 and 3 tiers. You can be a higher tier sub. I gotta go after this game. You guys should consider subscribing if you'd like to play sooner. If you watch the stream more frequently, there's a higher chance you could get a gift sub if you can't afford to subscribe. Level 1. Level 1 noob. Coach So what do we do? The Wade defense. Is the Wade defense like everything? E6, C6, D6. But B-Jock, you're actually a subscriber. You don't have to play first. You're always here first. Oh yeah, tomorrow's the subscriber stream. Thank you for reminding me. So we don't have that many games. Speaking of subscribership, if you are a subscriber to the stream, you can submit a game. You can do the Thursday command. Asterbate, can you trigger the Thursday command? Please. Wow, this is a weird move. Why would anybody play that? Thank you, Schieberspieler. Schieberspieler, are you streaming today? So guys can submit games to analyze on Thursday. We'll work it out. Bishop A4. Weird idea. So what's the Wade defense? Is that like E4, D6? D4? No. D4, D6, Knight F3, Bishop G4. Or any sort of like E4, D6, Knight F3, Bishop G4. Anything with D6 and Bishop G4, basically. Aspirate, you promoted? Are you serious? Maybe one of the first games he's ever promoted something. Check. Let me get straight. D takes E. Queen A5 check. Followed by knight takes E5. It's like the best Alyakin's defense of all time, or something. White overextended his e-pawn. No, a funny thing happened in my simul on Sunday. Speaking of weird openings, I accidentally played the Marshall defense in 2 games. I don't know why, and I had really good positions in those games. So it goes to show you the value of playing unusual openings. Openings that opponents are not prepared for, inherently have a huge practical advantage. I played the Marshall defense, right? And just oddly, you know, this opening that I think basically sucks for black. Both those games I had very, very good positions. Because the people just they don't see that opening, and that's why I think a lot of people play that, knowingly or not. You know, they have good practical results. This is another opening that's very rare. But no one sits around thinking about, well, how am I going to play against the Wade defense? These offbeat lines. I think Julian Hodgson used to play this d6 stuff. The same with the Bishop a5 winnower. I have to admit, though, like, the Bishop a5 winnower, you know, is semi-theoretical. There have always been, like, some high-level players who have played that at some point. Originally, it was, like, Laputian. More recently, Halifman played it against Kasparov, like, 20 years ago. But true, like, no one really bothers to prepare. And it's confusing. Those variations are very confusing. Was that your preparation? Your preparation video? Well, I think the English players tend to share ideas, so you get Hodgson playing d6 and bishop g4. You know, he was playing the same Olympic team, probably with Adams. I mean, I imagine those guys would sort of borrow each other's ideas. I think you see that a lot. The English players all played like the Grand Prix. I don't think that's right. Bishop c5. Preparing the video takes more time than preparing for the tournament itself. Seriously. You should try recording videos with Camtasia, like I used to. In the old days, this horrible monstrosity video program, it would just like eat up all the resources of my computer. It would take like an hour for it to put the video together. And like my computer would almost be shutting down. Don't use programs from like 20 years ago to make videos, is the moral of the story. Oh my gosh. 96 check. Not working. Hodgson was great, but remembered mostly for his Trompowsky. Yeah. I wonder what he does. I mean, you literally don't hear anything about him. He must do something outside of chess. I mean, he's got to be, what, 60? You learned the Tory attack. Well, yeah, I mean, it's a common opening. You have to be familiar with it. Yeah, Tory attack, we're looking at that with Coach Ah the other day, actually. Tory attack is a classic closed queen pawn game. I don't hate it as much as the London because it doesn't have the popularity. Alright, guys, I gotta leave. Thank you for the games. We're going to be back tomorrow night with subscriber stream. Don't forget, submit your games to Yobatis or myself if you must for Thursday night's subscriber stream. Rest in peace. Yeah, you played a little weirdly there. Bishop b5 check was interesting, but now you went too far with e5. Perhaps White can play like queen e2, some kind of setup based on the queen on e2, but I think this is overextended already. Alright, we will see you all tomorrow night. Thank you for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Bye-bye.